So somebody asked me, somebody asked me to do a hi-hat video, video directed strictly to the hi-hat. Now, there's a lot to talk about, so it'll probably be 3 or 4 parts, so bear with me. I'm going to go through everything that I can think about that has to do with playing the hi-hat. So, the first thing I want to show is the positioning and the setup of your hi-hat. I would suggest that the hi-hat is one of the most important parts of the drum set. So if you're going to put your money anywhere, put it in your hi-hat. And when I say put it in your hi-hat, I mean both the stand and the cymbals. If you can only afford good cymbals and a crappy stand, then go that way. But it's really, it really behooves you to have a good stand, to have a good hi-hat. So I'll just go through the different ways that you can set up the hi-hat. And most any hi-hat, I'll go through what your standard hi-hat has, and then I'll show you what this particular hi-hat has that are the reasons that I bought it. So first you have your clutch and your pole and your clutch, where you can, basically, in order to set the hi-hat, you push it down a little bit, you tighten this, you go, oh, that's way too high, oh, that's way too low. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I set my hi-hat fairly high in relation to the snare drum. It's probably 6 inches higher. It's not Travis Barker high or Tommy Lee, and it's not down here like Buddy Rich used to play it. Now, I'm not going to slag Buddy Rich, but personally, I like to have a little distance this way, just for the fact that if my hi-hat was right here, I'd probably run into it if I was trying to play something on my left. And I don't have it too far away from my center of gravity, and I don't have it too close. Some guys have it overlapping the snare drum, like right here. As far as I'm concerned, if you're going to have it right there, there's no point in playing cross-sticked, because by having it over here, I eliminate the chances, or lessen them, that my sticks are going to do this while I'm playing. So I have it so it's naturally the shoulder of the stick where I usually hit is just naturally the corner of the hi-hat. If it was way over there, I'd have to stretch, and if it was way over here, I'd have no arm movement. I'd be playing strictly with my wrist. So I have it a very comfortable distance for my hand, and I also have it a very comfortable distance for my foot, so it's exactly the same distance away from, again, my center of gravity that my right foot is, so that it's almost like I'm playing double bass. Okay, and then my bass pedal is right next to it. Okay, so there's really no difference there. Now, okay, so that's your basic hi-hat. Now, my hi-hat has several advanced qualities to it. It's a Pearl hi-hat. I don't know what the number is, but it's pretty high top of the line hi-hat. I think it's second or third most expensive that you can buy. First of all, the best feature it has is this Pearl clutch, which has a feature that I think is really cool, which allows you to put the cymbal on and then lock this nut in place with a little drum key screw, so that if you tighten it at that, you can have a sloshy hi-hat. You don't need to, your typical hi-hat clutch has just two one of these on the bottom as well, and then you just tighten it up until it tightens the cymbal. If you leave it open so that it's not tight against the cymbal, it'll just undo from vibrations, fall off, and then one day you'll be playing along and all of a sudden all you have is a clutch moving and your cymbal's sitting there because the bottom screw came off. So that's one of the great features I like about this Pearl hi-hat. So, if you're using your usual thing, if you can see, you can move the hi-hat. It's not tight. It's pretty loose. Okay, so that allows it to resonate. Now it's not like this loose. It's not like that. I don't want that because then I can't get a crisp sound out of the hi-hat. But basically that locks and it's nice. Okay, so that's the first feature that I have. The second feature, and you can't see this, but it's there's a little ratchet plastic thing that allows you to adjust the tension of the foot pedal. So you can make it really, really easy to push or really, really hard to push or somewhere in between. So I like to set that up so it's basically about the same as my foot pedal, so that you can the more things that are similar when you're playing, if every stick weighs the same and is the same diameter and the same length and the tip's the same, it facilitates familiarity and ease of playing, because every time you grab a stick from that stick bag, it's the same. So same goes with this. Every time I put my foot on anything, it's the same tension. Okay? So it has a tension controller. And another thing is, it does have 3 legs, but I can rotate the 3 legs anywhere I want. So I rotate them a little bit this way so that I can fit my second drum pedal inside of the leg, so it's completely clear of any obstruction when I move from left to right. There's no leg in the way. Okay, so that's another neat little thing that I like. Okay, so now, as far as height goes, I like to have it so that the hi-hat is about that far, maybe half an inch, maybe a centimeter even, maybe a little less, so that I can still get a good, it's absolutely separate from the bottom cymbal when I hit it, but it's not way up here. The full range of motion is not such that I have a little bit of foot play, but it's not ridiculously huge, and it's not like this either. It's almost choked off. Okay, so just sheerly by fine sensitivity, I can set it up immediately, Okay, so that's it. I just can feel it in my foot. Okay, so that's how I set up my hi-hat.